That's not an enemy army, it's a hostile army. Okay, I think we have wiped out his armies over there, so let's go back. See, we have living off the land, so we start with 300 supply. And we have a logistician as well. So we're not losing much of supply as we go around here, even though we are keeping our armies together. Okay, we do have a faction now. That's okay. Don't think we can do much about it. It's all peasants. No, didn't want to take attrition. All right. Well, no choice. Messed up. I don't think it will matter, but I just don't want to take attrition. We'll come here and destroy these armies, and then we'll go back to sieging the war goal. Again, you can see here we're just cutting through them. They are not able to do anything to us. I do think that might be different when we have to take on a Scourge Conqueror. But as for now, things are looking good. I make sure the only thing that 27 months is still quite a while. I want to make sure the only issues was that populous faction and not any of my vassals. I don't care. You still have to fight for it. Looks like something is under siege over there. Okay, they're bringing more armies. Who? Oh, jeez. Why was I lovers with her? Weird. So our current player here is someone who has quite negative personality traits, was trained in intrigue, obviously. Those are all things that I don't want. So hopefully we will have another child. With our betrothed, who is... Oh, we are married to her. And she is having a child. So that's all good. Let's romance her. So caught up in our war. That's not good. So caught up in our wars, I wasn't paying attention. It's very unfortunate. I could not... Okay, you are amazing. And you're amazing. You're both amazing. That's great. Don't think I need to... be tutoring you anymore, but I absolutely want to tutor the both of you. Don't have enough money to send you to university, unfortunately. Why do I have to scroll through this? I am confused. Okay, that's me. That's you. Actually, my other son. Why doesn't it just pop up with... Okay. They will both be martial, because we probably want all of our characters from here on out to be martial. We'll just do that now. If they're curious and not naturally adapted for martial, that's too bad. They're going to be martial anyway. We'll hope that our tutor and wet nurse and everyone is sufficiently good to still have them become good martial characters. Try to get a good wet nurse here. Instill virtue. Become a better marshal. Do want this war to be over so I can turn around and kill those historians. Not too surprising that there we go. That's all good. So the first step toward conquering the heartlands of the old Byzantine Empire. Want to get these out to dynasty members. I think one of the reasons I had relatively few problems I took the throne is because this realm is largely ruled by our dynasty members. This is a small duchy, so we don't need to have someone doesn't have a lot of domain limit. We can give it to someone who has a relatively low domain limit. We've done that. Same thing here. We will try to give it out to adults. You can take 4 here. Give the rest of these to someone else, like you. That's fine. Need someone, I think, with a domain limit of at least 3. All of you are the same. At least historian, which, whatever. Grant him the adjacent small duchy. Right? Yes. Now he's 5 of 5. Okay. That's all good. We're back to 7 of 5. And now we are going to wait these factions. I think we have enough money to go to university, though we are a little bit stressed out. Let's hold a feast first, which should also make our vassals a little bit happier. I should be completely de-stressed. Then after that, we will go to university. Presumably during this feast, we will smash these peasants. Also would like to invite religious exiles. Where is that? Home of the rivers. Okay. Don't think I've ever taken the home of the rivers decision. Not seeing where I can invite religious exiles. Are going to be expanding the realm one way or the other. Probably the way that involves war. Excellent. Let's hold off until I get to go to university. Our dynasty legacy, we'll take private army. Gives us yet another regiment slot. So we can substantially increase the power of our army. Innovations, we will go with court officials for the extra domain limit. Not sure why. It's probably some carryover. It's one of the problems is characters landed as a duke, they'll often create their own accolade knights, and those people will then, if they become kings, they will overwrite your knights, which is usually not good. So we have a Vanguard, Lancer, Contender, Valiant, or Blade Master is what we want. Recruit this guest. Tactician, Stalwarts, not okay, Valiant, Crossbow Captain. Sure, I think so. The reason why is, again, we're playing with the hardest possible difficulty. We want to make sure we're countering our opponents. The Russians up here, the Yitskids, however it's pronounced, they have a lot of horse archers. Crossbowmen are really the only thing that counter horse archers, so we want playing crossbowmen, getting some, we already have one regiment of crossbowmen. If we get a second regiment of retinue crossbowmen, then we're going to be in very strong shape against them. We do have 2 more regiment slots, so we'll just figure out what to do with the last one. Okay, that's the rebellion we were expecting and waiting on. We'll raise our armies at Aleppo and then split them. Should be fine managing things. Still have some peasant rabble in our domain. That is not a big concern. Let's make sure our chancellor is on domestic affairs. He is. Don't have too much stress. I think let's try to improve opinion there. Sure what all these people are doing. We'll lose the gold, really to avoid the stress more than anything else. Let's split this army yet again. I think we'll be fine. Maybe not. I think we'll be fine. Okay. Now let's go to university visit. We'll put our wife on patronage. So we increase our learning as much as possible. 38 is quite strong. We'll go to Constantinople. So where else would we possibly go? Okay, looks like there are no more. Oh, those people, wherever they're going. Split. Send you back there. Send you to chase down these annoying jerks. Yeah, despite the AI saying that would be a balanced fight, it did not look very balanced. We'll send him over here to sit in Baghdad. Guess we'll take a tiny chance for diplomacy. Have them sit in Cairo. Study hard. Where in the world are you going? $18,000. Where are they? Probably off in the ocean somewhere. Again, just want to increase our studiousness as much as possible. I am not seeing our peasants. No idea where they went. Okay, it's been a very expensive university visit. Maybe there are some peasants down here. Looks like someone who's fighting in league with the peasants. Again, we'll try to get... Okay. Not 100% sure we win this fight. At least if we just have one stack of 10,000 troops. We'll have to see. We didn't get it. It's unfortunate. Excellent son. Let's check our books here, because I think we have a martial book. I want to make sure we're displaying it. We are. Okay. And unfortunately, we can't shift away from our focus yet. December 15th. Okay. End of our peasant rebellion. Not sure where all these people are going. Yeah, I don't think they should be able to come back. Increase the sizes of all of our regiments here. Which is probably going to take all of our gold. Yep. Wow, we can get gold from our head of faith. That is shocking. I almost never give gold. Maybe it's because of the unique circumstance that there aren't a lot of Orthodox rulers left. Surprised he has that much gold. He has a ton of gold. He's still making it, well, I guess it's not that much compared to the Pope. But anyway, we'll definitely take that gold. Because we're playing on very hard, there's a big penalty to getting gold from your head of faith. We should probably make, well, I was about to say we should probably make one of our young sons our designated heir, but that might not be a great idea. If we do die suddenly, and we have a 0-year-old take over, that's very bad. That's one of the ways to throw the game. I think I'd rather play the sinful intrigue adult character than a 0-year-old son. Okay, so we are on truce with them. We are not on truce with Abyssinia. Again, let's try to max out our forces here. Can we build a... I don't think we can build the retinue crossbowmen yet. What would we want our other... You see if all the military academies have really made these incredibly cheap. So let's assume we get retinue crossbowmen. What do we want our other regiment to be? Don't think we need siege equipment. We're going to have sappers, perk, the engineer for destruction perk. You can see that we've sieged quite quickly, so don't need another siege engine regiment. How do House Guard compare to Mubarazin? There's not much difference, frankly. Could argue pikemen for light horses. I think light horses is the only thing we're not countering at the moment. Maybe that's the play to make sure we have everything countered. I guess so. If we don't like it, we can always change it. And then we'll want to get our acclaimed knight, who's a crossbow captain, to become more powerful so we can get retinue crossbowmen. Okay, here will be our first fight. Yeah, I mean our first fight where we actually engage against the Scourge Conqueror. I have high hopes for it, but you never know. Let's take it to him. This is, to me, always the most enjoyable part of these campaigns. And so far, you've been scared of Scourge Conquerors, sort of dancing around them. They've shaped our entire strategy, and in each of these games, and then you finally get to the point where you can take them on after they've been bullying you, taking your land without any sort of defense that you could offer. And now we're powerful enough to stand up to them. Guess we could sway this guy who's trying to dissolve our empire. Once again, I think if he revolts, there's not much question about what we would do to him. Okay, we do not need to be marshal anymore, but do we want to be? Got more gold for stewardship. What else would we do? Could go we could go learning, medicine focus really, to try to stay alive, to make sure our young sons are educated. Go up the whole of body tree. I think that makes the most sense. Try to make sure we get some really good sons here. This son will also make marshal. Just want warriors at this point. Let's see if we see this guy's armies anywhere. Keep a lookout over here in case we see them sieging somewhere. You can see, even with just one stack of siege equipment, we're sieging very quickly. Largely because of sappers. Which is the perk near the bottom of the strategist tree, marshal. Okay, there are some of his armies. Have to see if we can catch them. They do not seem terribly interested in fighting. I, on the other hand, am terribly interested in fighting. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, they have taken off, so alright. The siege conqueror, he's a scourge conqueror, so he will siege very quickly. I'm surprised he's not sieging faster, frankly. Their scourge conqueror must not be, let's see where their scourge conqueror is. So you can see here, we are going to absolutely obliterate them. Scourge Conqueror will have +10 for very hard for an AI leading its own armies. We'll also have +25 for being a Scourge Conqueror. So you can see that currently he is not with them. Let's see where he is. He's just sitting at home. He's not leading any of his armies. Coward. Coward. Okay? And you're a Scourge Conqueror, but you don't lead your own armies. How will your people respect you? I'm not even a Scourge Conqueror. I'm out here leading my own armies. We do have a witch coven for our house, so most of us are witches. See if we can chase down this army. Let's check what our other book here is. Some learning lifestyle experience. Can we get more? I think that looks good, actually. Learning lifestyle experience and a little bit of a health boost. Oh, can I not catch these guys? I'm on. Okay, I guess I literally can't catch them. That's too bad, because if I were an exalted warlord, I would almost certainly be able to catch them. Exalted Warlords, you get a bonus to army speed. I think it's like 25%, so it's quite a large amount. Yeah, sure. Also get a bonus to sieging. So if you have a Scourge Conqueror who is an Exalted Warlord, then it's just shocking how quickly they siege. Try to go over here where his armies are. Not exactly sure what he's doing. Normally, again, let my vassals handle disasters. Usually the Scourge Conqueror AI is better than this. I think, in fairness to them, they probably don't really know what to do given the strength of our army. Probably realize they're not going to be able to defeat me. I will destroy all their armies because I want to. See if that encourages any factions to rise up against them. If a Scourge Conqueror loses 3 wars, they lose the Scourge Conqueror trait, so the more losses we can inflict on them, the better. That would be at least 1 that we know of. There could have been others. We have fulfilled our oath. Yeah. Aleppo seems good. We'll fulfill it there. Alright. Should get our wife on chivalry, so we're even more powerful. Don't think we'll have enough dynasty members. Yeah, nowhere near enough to give all these titles to, but we will do our best. I think that's our evil son. Oh well. Probably should not have landed him, but what's done is done now. Let's see, not lowborn, Orthodox, Lebanese. Wow, very few. I'm surprised. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's the Lebanese limitation. Can we get Eastern Roar? Okay, man. Alright, whatever. I guess the Eastern Roman Orthodox have been suffering a bit since Byzantine Empire no longer exists. All right. So you can see we have the highest stand broke away from Altan. That could have been all those armies we saw going back and forth earlier. Could have been them fighting. I assume we still have a truce with Altan. I assume we do not have a truce with Hayastan. And they are still Nestorian, so we can conquer them. Alright, I'm sure we need a lot more to get the Byzantine Empire title, but we will start doing what we can to grab it. See, he's still a Scourge Conqueror, though he's in poor shape. See if let our forces get back up to full strength. Again, a lot of witches. Sad that our children's names are so long we can't see how old they are. Okay. Get Nicaea here. Odd that I was swaying someone who wasn't even in my realm, but I was swaying one of my own vassals. So sometimes I will split my siege army off from my main army. Problem is, if you do that, the AI really likes to try to attack your siege army, which is understandable. I mean, it's a smart move, but obviously not something you want to have happen in terms of losing your siege army. Don't want to take attrition. Pretty sorry lineup of potential vassals. Okay. It's a nicely sized army there. Complete the siege, we will go down. Okay, so our vassals did eventually handle that. Yeah, we have these 3 sons. Otherwise, I would go with the first one. Okay, so that is a bit concerning. Not sure why it shows them taking everything. That would be really concerning. So we'll try to end this holy war as soon as we can. Figure out what Abyssinia is doing. Thankfully, so far, we are not losing any war score. Hopefully another siege or two will do this. One more siege. Now I want to know where Abyssinia's armies are. Why I am not seeing them anywhere. What he is doing. If you don't see them, we'll just head to his capital. Without taking attrition. Okay. So a bit concerning. Obviously something we need to address. And there is just no one who's any good to be our vassals. Pointing deviant to the lover's pox. All right. Anyone who's Orthodox. So this is where we started in Basileria here. You may have known as Busilarion at the time. That's where Alexios Komnenos starts. We have finally reclaimed it. We'll be keeping it for ourselves. We have plenty of special buildings I'd rather hold. That is, counties that have special buildings in them. Jerusalem, Aleppo, Baghdad, Cairo, Constantinople, of course. Another amazing sun. Definitely want them to be temperate and brave. Others are a little bit more up to whatever happens. So it is quite common if you beat a Scourge Conqueror for them to immediately declare war back on against you. Okay, hold on. There you are. I may have already... Okay, we'll just land here. So that is not terribly surprising. That it's taken them so long to move is also that they seem, even when I have the disembarkation penalty, they are not interested in fighting me. Okay, so let's take a look here. You can see the Scourge Conqueror is leading his own troops. Very hard +10, Scourge-of-the-gods +25. I have recently disembarked, so -30. Otherwise, my martial skill is such that I would be making up his cheat benefits from very hard and Scourge-of-the-gods. You can see for that matter, his own, this includes his +35 from us being on the hardest possible rule set. But I think our troops are just so much better than his. You can see here was countering them like all of his men-at-arms, besides his light footmen, and no one cares about them. They're all just doing 10% damage, so they're getting absolutely destroyed. By contrast, our retinue lancers are doing 94% damage, ours than 87% damage. So we're slightly countered, but nowhere near enough for him to win this battle, or the war, frankly. We'll take his banner. Sure, it's purple. Wow, did we stack wipe? No, we did not stack wipe. We'll chase his armies wherever they go. Let's also get the kingdom of Achaia if we can. Okay, improve accolades. We definitely want to do that. I believe that gives us the retinue crossbowmen. What else here? Nothing good, so we'll just hold on for that one. Destroy this. Alright, let's go. Okay, I don't know why we got those. Must have inherited them from somewhere. Certainly don't need them. Retinue crossbowmen. Those we do want. And again, when we fight Russia, which I'm guessing we're going to be doing quite soon, we want all these crossbowmen to counter their horse archers. I just want to see what our army comes out again. Okay. It's an interesting decision. Siege somewhere nowhere near the war goal. I have no idea where he's going. Yeah, no idea. He's so scared to fight us. He's taking the most ridiculous detour. Crusade level detour. Sure, we'll accept people's tribute. Let's see, do we have... Doesn't look like we have any plagues near us that we need to worry about. Check our children again. Some of them we just can't educate because we have so many awesome children. Ephesus. Okay, it's a tiny part of his army. Is the rest going to be up there soon? I think 2 more sieges here ought to do it. Talked before about our first 2 rulers had real difficulty having children. Thankfully, some of our later rulers have had tons of children. How much gold do we get from you, sir? Only over 5,000. Not that great. We had a series, I honestly don't remember who it was anymore, where we defeated a Scourge Conqueror and got over 74,000 gold. This is always nowhere near that, but still quite a nice amount. So we can declare war on him again if we want to, but it doesn't really hold much of traditional Byzantine lands. It does is this good gentleman. So they could go for Thessalonica, but I think I want to get as much territory as I can. Try to restore, get enough counties to recreate Byzantine Empire. So we are going to go with this. Take Bulgaria from him. So I think, Russia has just a huge empire. I think at one point they were the strongest. Guess the Mongols are now. Genghis Khan's still alive. He's really done a number on China. Yeah, I mean, hats off to Genghis Khan. He actually looks like Genghis Khan in this game. Often he doesn't. All right. Praising Genghis Khan, more attacking Russia. Oh, he just died. Just as I was praising it. Successor is still quite powerful. Like Hayastan is fighting someone, maybe Russia. Geez, they're defending. They have a lot of wars. Be attacking them again soon. Is that Russia they're fighting? Looks like it. Okay, so Russian armies are down here. Let's go say hi. Man, they siege so fast. They're gonna... Jesus. Might run into Hyostan's armies. We did. Now Russia wants to run away. I might catch them. It's not looking good, frankly. Nope, there we go. Another sun. Not quite as good as some of the others. So are you? Yeah, you're a Scourge Conqueror. Oh, his army is starving. That's what's doing it. He has some fragile bones. You can see those are the modifiers. And I'm sure it's the same issue, right? 10% because we're countering them so hard. 10%, 10%. So this really goes to the importance of countering your enemy's men-at-arms. In a regular game of CK3, you can get away with ignoring that. At this highest difficulty level, you cannot. You need to counter them. And with that stack wipe, I should have looked at some of these. You can see here, those losses weren't that exaggerated. We lost 5,000, they lost 13,000. May have clicked off the one that's what we're imprisoned them. Okay, here we go. We lost, 262. They lost virtually their entire army. Huge fame, huge devotion, huge war score, slaughter at Nicaea. His entire army got obliterated. We take another huge chunk. What used to be the Byzantine Empire. All right. So at this point, we're going to call this episode. I often talk about wanting to play until I win, and my personal win condition is when I am indisputably the most powerful ruler in the world. It feels a bit weird to say I'm indisputably the most powerful in the world when I'm not even an emperor, and when I haven't yet taken on the Mongol Empire, which has a lot of troops. I think we'll beat them. But you never know. The goofy graphics glitch. Just a weird look there. Okay. But you see, we've beaten 2 Scourge Conquerors. And, we have just hammered them. It has not been close. And so, I do think this is a tale of perseverance. We certainly had some low times. Frankly, I personally had despaired of this game as this particular campaign about whether we could come back. We were just getting hammered on so many sides in holy wars, like 6 or 7 episodes ago, just trying to hold on to the Duchy of Aleppo and the Duchy of Jerusalem. But we came through, and you really see that we were able to build a powerful army. And I think one lesson there is, for new players, experienced players, everyone, is it really pays off to take the time to construct buildings in your domain and build up your domain power. It's something that it's easy to skip over doing because you want to go to war. You don't want to sit there and build structures. It's not something you often see in edited videos, people saying they're building to become stronger, but it's really one of the most important parts of the game. And even with the recent nerf to domain limits, stewardship characters are the best at doing that. And so it really helps to have stewardship characters particularly early in the game, so they can get those buildings in place and you can go from there. So I do intend to play more episodes of this. Noted on my page that I'm going to be traveling overseas soon, so I might not get back to this for quite a while. But I would like to at least recreate the Byzantine Empire, defeat the Mongols most likely, and sort of see where we go from there. But I think we learned a lot in this campaign about the challenges of acclamation succession, importance of building hospices that try to reduce plagues, given that we are playing with Doomsday plagues. It is quite odd we have not seen a single Black Death yet in 200 years of play. Again, it's random, unlimited Black Death. Random means random, so just randomly not gotten one. But I'll probably have a more full epilogue at the end. Again, probably play at least another episode or two to get the Byzantine Empire back. It just feels incomplete if we haven't done that. But for now, thanks very much for watching. I hope you'll watch the rest of the series. While I'm gone, I have 5 other series that hopefully you will enjoy if you've enjoyed this one. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.